Rocco, there wasn't a ton to speak on offensively. Was that more an indication just of Quintana in his afternoon, or were you seeing some struggles in your at-bats, or both?
Probably a little bit of both. I mean, not a whole lot we're going to get into, and you know, a few positive things that we saw in the game, but mostly, you know, we probably should just kind of mostly call it what we're seeing it and try to find a way to move forward and make adjustments and make improvements. Of course, we're in a bit of a rut right now. We're seeing it in a few different ways. You know, can't hide from it. Got to acknowledge it. Got to move forward. But to answer your question, our goal was to not expand because Quintana is a very crafty pitcher. He's been doing this for a long time, and the way he does it is he establishes a few pitches in the zone, and then he works off of those pitches out of the zone pretty consistently, and he gets a lot of swing and miss or a lot of weak contact in that manner. And we did a pretty good job. We didn't really punch out. We walked. We were on base. We were on base a bunch in the first few innings, and we couldn't bring anyone home. We couldn't get a good swing with those guys on base. That's what we were looking for. We were looking to get guys on in that way, because that's the way you're going to have to do it. You're not going to just slug your way against a guy like this. You're going to have really good at bats. And overall, we had some good at bats. We just couldn't get a hit with a guy in scoring position.
Is there something to be said or take away from how Semien was able to settle down after a couple of runs in the first two?
Yeah, he ended up giving us a good competitive outing. He gave us 6 innings when we needed it. The last few innings were really good. He mixed his pitches very well. He used both his curveball and his slider well. First couple innings, I think what happened was he didn't have the breaking ball, the feel for the breaking balls that he was looking for, and he ended up kind of having to throw a bunch of fastballs, and you know, trying to compete without all your pitches can be hard sometimes. And I think that's what happened. He found those pitches. He competed well. He threw a bunch of strikes, especially as the game went on. And you know, overall, you know, obviously not his best outing, but a good competitive outing right there, and he kept us in the game.
Obviously, things gets out of hand late, but how much different does that whole game go, do you think, if it's 2-0 after 2 innings, if the ball doesn't go into center field, and if that ball to third, you get at least 1 out? He could easily have gotten out of that with 2 runs instead of 4.
Yeah. Today, this hasn't been an ongoing theme all year long, but today we gave them extra outs, and Sim dealt with it. Obviously, later on in the game, Cole had a couple of outs that we're going to normally we're just going to have, and because of that, some of those runs, the thing spiraled, and some of those runs ended up scoring. So, yeah, the game's always going to feel different when it's 2-0 and you're in the middle of the game, and at that point you get a base runner, 1 swing, and you're tied. You're right in there, but. Obviously, we can't live on what ifs. We have to make it happen ourselves. We got to make plays. We got to want the ball hit to us. We got to want to be up there with the guy on base, to get the job done. And sometimes it takes just 1 inning or 1 game to get everyone turned around and things moving in the right direction. But we're looking for it right now, and we got to work for it. It's not just going to happen. We know we have to. Put in the time and energy and preparation, and then get it done when the lights come on.